We at UCR would like to respectfully acknowledge and recognize our responsibility to the original and current caretakers of this land, water, and air, the Cahuilla, Tongva, Seño, and Serrano peoples, and all of their ancestors and descendants, past, present, and future. Today, this meeting place is home to many indigenous peoples from all over the world, including UCR faculty, students, and staff. And we are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these homelands.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's a lot more dramatic than I intended. Is there a way to kill the... It does sound cool. It sounds cool for the first 20 seconds, and you're gonna sneak out of here. Welcome to the first in-person General Assembly meeting for Staff Assembly since fall 2019. My name's Jeff Giroux. I am the president of Staff Assembly for about the next 6 weeks. I struggled to find something to kind of capture the significance of this and what we've lost the last 2 years. And even this morning, as I was fumbling with my tie, a song came on from the 80s. It's appropriate since we're having our 80s event next week, but Back in the High Life Again, Steve Winwood, 1986. And there's one part that stuck with me. We'll be back in the high life again. All the doors I closed one time will open up again. We'll be back in the high life again. All the eyes that watched us once will smile and take us in. We have lost so much during the last 2 years, and what we have lost is those open doors and those smiling faces. And we realize that this is not all the way back to the high life, but this is an important step as we look to start to reconnect in person. And as we reconnect, I would like to remind you that next Tuesday, we are having another event. We're going to buy you lunch. The only problem is lunch starts at 11. So from 11 to 12 at the hub at Carl's Jr., we'll have a food truck here, and you will get a drink, burger, fries, and then from 12 to 2 in the Hub 302, you'll have the opportunity to sing karaoke with a live 80s band. So please come, join us, do both those things. Other thing, it's been wildly popular. We're still doing headshots. It's on the slide. Even if you did not get a spot, get dressed up, show up. We'll squeeze you in. The photographer will not be happy with me, but I'm really good at apologizing, so not a problem. And outstanding staff awards will be in person at the Chancellor's residence next end of June, but the nomination period is open until the end of May. A lot of you have been doing fantastic work. We want to make sure we recognize it. And I do want to mention one other thing. This event is in person. There will be lunch offered afterward. There will be photo ops with Scotty, but we also understand that COVID challenges continue, that there are a lot of us who are fortunate to be working remotely right now. So we have partnered with ITS. We are having this professionally filmed. It is live streaming on Zoom and will be recorded and available on our Facebook page. But we have a lot to get to, so let's get to it. Our featured speaker, Brian Haynes, PhD, currently serves as Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs at the University of California, Riverside, an appointment he has held since August of 2018. He currently oversees and leads a division of staff and administrators and programs that support student engagement and success. Haynes has spent his entire career in higher education, supporting diverse audiences with a wide range of backgrounds and experiences. This includes serving at Ohio University, Gettysburg College, East Carolina University, the Florida Board of Regents, now Board of Governors, Florida International University, Clayton State University, and California State University, San Bernardino. In 2021, and under Haynes' leadership, UC Riverside was named one of the top 30 most promising places to work in student affairs. Please welcome Dr. Brian Haynes.
So Jeff reminded me of a couple of things that I think are at least funny to me, maybe not funny to you, but when he mentioned all of the places that I previously worked at, it just reminded me of all of the moving I've had to do over my career. And I know that as I look at the Chancellor, he can relate to having to move your entire family from place to place numerous times. Also, another side note, he mentioned 80s music. There might be one or two of you in here. Is Louis Vandenberg here? So I know he's aware of this, but I'll share it with this group. Early on in my career, early on in life, actually, I used to be a DJ. So he mentioned 80s music. So I think I still have like 4 crates of records in my garage, which, by the way, my family threatens to throw away every other month. So really excited to be here with you this afternoon. And as Jeff mentioned, I have the privilege of serving as Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs here at UCR. It's a responsibility that I take really, really seriously. And part of the reason that we take that approach, quite frankly, is our role in engaging students and ensuring student success. So really excited to have this opportunity to talk with you today. So I think, perfect. Couple of quotes I wanted to share with you that I think are relevant for our work here at UCR in student affairs. Side note, if you care to know, my all-time favorite is "No one rises to low expectations." And given the work that we do, we take it seriously, supporting student success, and we set a very high bar. Again, no one rises to low expectations. Again, Jeff mentioned the 80s, 90s, so most of you remember Michael Jordan, correct? Okay, got it. Just checking. You know, teamwork. It really is all about the team in student affairs. And I know that many of my student affairs colleagues are here this afternoon, and we talk a lot about teamwork as we support student success. Okay, great. So just a couple of organizational updates that have occurred over the past couple of years or so. Many of you are aware of these. But for the record, I just wanted to share them with you because, this is sort of the landscape that we're operating within here in the Student Affairs organization. And I also just want to mention that one thing that we all know and we take it for granted working on a college campus, but we know that change is inevitable in life, correct? Yes, okay, I see a few heads nodding. Change also happens on a college campus. And I know that many of us have been involved in reorganizations, restructure. That also happens here at UCR. And why is it important this afternoon? Student affairs over the past several years, we've undergone several major changes, but we believe those changes have been for the better because they align our organization with overall student success across all racial, ethnic, gender lines here at UCR. These are just a continuation of some of the changes that have occurred. Vision and mission are so important within any organization. And I'm really excited to share with you our vision and mission statements this afternoon. Again, those of you in student affairs, you've seen these probably too many times, but we wanted to share them again with the larger group. A couple of words sort of stand out for me. Holistic, transformative, change agents, innovation, all words perhaps that we don't use enough around here at UCR. Certainly we don't use those words enough in higher education, but they really serve as the foundation for our student success work here at UCR. Three broad areas make up the Student Affairs Organization, Campus Life, and you see a listing of those programs and units. Ethnic and gender programs, you see a listing of those units and departments, and health, well-being, and safety. If you go back to the one of the earlier slides, that is part of the recent reorganization. This entity reports up to the Chancellor's office, dotted line to Student Affairs. We talk a lot about building a team, and for us, communication is so very important to building a team. And we use our meeting structure, and this is just sort of how we lay out a part of that structure to really help us to communicate and make sure that individuals at all levels of our organization have a general idea of not only our strategic plan, but what we're doing as an organization. And you'll just see some of those meetings, monthly directors meetings, quarterly all staff events, department meetings, weekly executive team meetings. And those meetings really help to keep us as an organization on the same wavelength, the same page, so to speak. And you can well imagine how important that is with such a large organization. The other thing that sort of provides us with the roadmap, and this goes back to the vision and mission statements that we shared with you earlier, is our strategic plan. And we've been asked to extend that plan out to 2030. When we drafted the plan and finalized the plan several years ago, it was actually a 2025 plan, but we're going to extend that out through 2030. It's a fluid plan, it's a flexible plan, but the four pillars are so very important, we believe, to student success here at UCR. Transform the student experience. Let us all not forget why we are here, really to support our students in their success. And I think we all know that here at UCR, 3 years in a row, #1 in social mobility. So the work that we engage in collectively really has a transformative impact on students, their family members, the community, the Inland Empire, state of California, and beyond. Creating collaborative partnerships. in student affairs, we are not successful unless we collaborate. We are here to support the academic mission of the university. That's first and the most important sort of initiative that we engage in, but we make sure that we collaborate with partners, not only on campus, but off campus as well. Establishing organizational excellence. This is one of the pillars that really focuses in on our staff, our team members here in the Student Affairs organization. We believe that we have to take care of ourselves in order to support our students. And this pillar is so important to our success as an organization. Embedded within this pillar, of course, is professional development. And we have really tried over the past few years to ramp up our professional development activities and really support our team members in local, regional, national, and global types of organizations to aid in their professional development. And the last pillar, fostering and advancing social justice. I think we all know that that is in the DNA of UCR, the UCR family. And it was certainly a pillar that we felt was very, very important for our work with diverse student populations. So as we think ahead and we think about the future, these are all 4 pillars that we as an organization will continue to focus in on. It has served us well over the past few years. As Jeff mentioned, we were selected as top 30 back in 21 most promising places to work by diverse issues in higher education, and ACPA, American College Personnel Association. This year, I'm excited to mention we were selected in the top 15, given some of the great ongoing work that we have. Thank you. That is underway here in student affairs. So I think the last slide sort of captures that. And I just want to say publicly, this is not just a student affairs accomplishment. This is a university-wide accomplishment. When I look out in the audience, there are a number of individuals who are not a part of the student affairs organization, but collaborate with us, communicate with us on a daily basis. So thank you for your time. I just wanted to spend a few minutes just sharing with you our roadmap, our pathway to success. So thank you.
Thank you, Brian. You know, last week we had our Thank Goodness for Staff Week, and we had 2 events that were incredibly popular. We had the goat yoga and we had Build a Scotty. Now, I didn't bring you a goat, but I will say we had 250 bears and they sold out in limited time. So this is a limited edition, Scotty.
Okay.
Brian, thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Brian, you're not only a friend of staff and student affairs, you're a friend of staff across campus. We appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please welcome Vice President, President-elect Agam Patel.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Brian, for your words of inspiration, but also for your guidance and leadership and service to the university. My name is Agam Patel, and I have the pleasure of serving as your Vice President for Staff Assembly. And I wanted to take this opportunity to remind everybody that Staff Assembly is working on your behalf. And besides all the cool programming and events that you get to attend on our behalf, we are also working behind the scenes on your behalf. We have regular meetings with campus leadership, as well as host important town halls on matters that come up during the course of the year. In fact, Jeff and I and the Chancellor too will be attending UCR Advocacy Days coming up in May 23rd, where we'll have an opportunity to go to Sacramento and advocate on behalf of UCR to our state and local elected officials. Your voice is also heard in a number of other ways. Most recently, staff are represented on a variety of different committees, including the Campus Finance Committee, but also on senior recruitment committees such as the Chief Campus Council, the VP of Dean and Undergraduate Education, the Graduate Dean, as well as serving on the Chancellor's Advisory Committee on Disability and Inclusion. All right, I also wanted to introduce to you the upcoming Staff Assembly's Executive Board. Most of the board members here have served Staff Assembly for a number of years of service, but we also have a couple of new board members that are joining us for this upcoming year. These board members, I have to remind everybody, they're working on a volunteer basis. We're giving our time and dedication to advance the momentum for staff and advocate on your behalf. So I couldn't be prouder to serve alongside these folks. So please give it up for these board members. Lastly, I want to take a moment here to recognize our president, Jeff. Now, I know he told me specifically not to say anything, but we should do that. We should do that. Jeff has in many ways changed the trajectory of Staff Assembly from top to bottom. And so today we celebrate a man of faith, a man of family, a man of honor, and a man who always puts staff first. I've had the privilege of working with him professionally these past few years, but I've known Jeff for over 14 or 15 years. I know that his service to this university will not rest. So please join me in saluting and congratulating him for a year of service. All right, come on.
I honestly didn't hear any of that. I thought you were introducing retirees.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'll have to watch it on Zoom.
Yes. All right, folks. So we're going to get started with the celebrations just momentarily. If you are getting an award, please look for Julie Salgado at the back for your 5-year service awards and awards standing against the wall. She's waving her hand and she will lead you to the back to get ready for your awards. And now I'd like to introduce Andy Plumley. Andy Plumley is the president of UCR Retirees Association, but also a former Staff Assembly president and someone who has served this university with 4 decades worth of service. Welcome, Andy.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here back on campus. I retired 2 years ago and I just had my party last week. So took a little longer than anticipated. I'm Andy Plumley. I am the retirement class of 2020 and I'm the president of the Retiree Association. So I'm excited that Staff Assembly has invited us here to participate in the general meeting and hopefully we'll be able to come back time and time again. The Retiree Association are folks that have retired from UC Riverside, actually other UCs if they've moved into this area and still want to contribute back to the university in some way. So I'm excited to be part of that organization. I want to highlight just a couple of things we've been working on. One is a scholarship and it's a student undergraduate scholarship. I was listening to Brian and I'm just excited that we're still able to contribute to our undergraduate students in a meaningful way. So we were able to award 2 undergraduates this year. They are relatives of either staff on campus or recent retirees here on campus. So we're just excited that we were able to do that. The other thing we do, and we partner with Staff Assembly again, is provide an outstanding retiree award. So the same place you're going for your Staff Assembly awards, there's also something there about a retiree. So if you know of a retiree that's been here on campus, that continues to contribute on campus, please fill out a form so we could recognize an outstanding retiree. All right, that's the essence of what my words are, but the more important part is we're going to recognize some future retirees. These will be retirees I call the class of 2022. And the first thing I need to do is invite the Chancellor up here to come on up. Center stage, they get to shake the Chancellor's hand because that's meaningful. It is. It is. Absolutely. So our first retiree that's on my list is Karen Henry. Karen works at the School of Business and she's celebrating 12 years of service. Congratulations, Karen. Go over for your photo op. All right, our next retiree is David Henry. David works in dining and hospitality services and celebrates 12 years of service. Next, we have Sonia Godinez. Sonia. No Sonia. All right. Next, we have Vanilda Thomas. And Nelda, I know you're here. Nelda works in the Chaz Dean's office and celebrates 18 years of service. Next, we have Rocio Cornejo. Rocio. Rocio works for Facility Services and celebrates 20 years of service. Next up, we have Dennis Storr. Dennis here. There he is. Dennis also works in Facility Services and also celebrates 20 years of service. Next, we have Mary Longton. Mary. Mary works in Chaz Facilities Management and celebrates 21 years of service. And lastly, we have Lori Sinclair, Executive Director of ASUCR. Lori, where are you? There she is. Lori celebrates 27 years of service. Let's hear it for the class of 2022 retirees.
One last hand for our retirees and for Andy Plumley. All right, now this is a treat. We have not been able to do this in person for quite some time. So we are going to also honor our milestone recipients. Several names we will call will not be in person, but a lot of folks have also elected to be here in person. So we'll ask folks to come up on stage as their name is called, take a photo with the Chancellor, and hang out with Scotty because we also want to do a group shot. So let's get started with the 5-year. Michael Allen. I will clarify, I'm going to read about 80 names, about 15 of them are here. So we'll give each name a few seconds. Maribel Abaiza. Elizabeth Arsa. Ryan Ashburn. Ramon Barcia. Kate Beach. Jennifer Biggers. Crystal Bollert. Liliana Castro. Denise Cisneros. Sarah Cleary. Sierra Cova Rubius. Heather Davis Russell. Lisa De Jargen. Margaret Downs. Kendall Dunmore Balderrama. Joseph Dyer. Robert Feinstein. Cindy Flores. Charles Forsyth. Darren Fox. Christian Franco. Samaye Gotsi. Jay Gilberg. Marianne Gochikoa. Omar Gonzalez. Lindsay Gwautst. Jacqueline Hamilton. Shayla Hample. John Henderson. Erica Hodgen. Michael Kerr. Amy Kim. Robert Lopez. Matthew Mahaffey. Eliana Martinez. Staquisha McBride. Caitlin McDermott. Jay Melashenko. Yasmin Melendrez. Andre Molchin. Candice Montes. Daniela Nastasi. Derice Orange Chablis. Diana Orehil. Joanne O'Sullivan. Chanel Parrish. Nir Patel. Marcy Paz. Sonia Potter. Pika Preston. Lillian Quint. Mary Ramirez. Fernando Ramos. Amber Rimrev. Rochelle Settle. Sabrina Simmons. Olga Snowpak. Vanessa Sariano. Beth Tamiyosi. Jonathan Tilson. Kevin Ting. Lauren Valco. Dawn Vbeck. Jeanette Westbrook. Jeffrey Williams. Edna Johannes. Give it up. Those are our 5 years of service milestone recipients. All right, moving on to our tenure. Clyde Blackwelder. Anna Caceres. Apollinar Cueto. Christina Galvez. Alma Guerrero. Jennifer Hung. Jeffrey Kotz. Gunther Lind. Rochelle Pinkney. Stephen Sika. Irene Song. I see Irene brought her entourage. William Terry. Diane Thomas. Robin Vesey. Joe Vega. Jennifer Joy Iturralde. Please give it up for our 10 years of service milestone.
All right, we're going to celebrate our 15-year recipients. Here we go. Louise Bravo. Rodney Bunting. Kendall Burks. Patricia Carrera. Maria Chavez. Shirley Davis. Sonia Dawson. Albert Fetter. Enrique Fierro. Nohemi Garcia. Shuki G. Sonia Godinez. Sampurna Hariputra. Matt Heimdall. Irma Henderson. Tamara Johnson. Tasha Ledoux. Hector Linares. Jack Luther. Sean Mahoney. Maria Mendoza. Andrea L. Newman. Joanna Nguyen. Brandy Quarles. Petra Rubakovla. Rebecca Ryan. Maria Sanford. Kristen Sealer. Nordine Smith Hales. Michelle Tabula. Ramon Villanova. Christopher Williams. Hong Su. And congratulations to our 15-year recipients. All right, let's move on to a 20-year milestone recipients. Here we go. Dave Berquist. Suryanum Budiman. Gilbert Cervantes. Rocio Cornejo. Andrea Gonzalez. Norlelia Huerta. Juliet Lynn. Gregory Lynch. Antonia Marchoro. Thomas McGraw. Jeffrey Obrecht. Tran Pan. Becky Jo Ray. Teresa Salvato. Stephen Smith. Alejandra Springer. Dennis Storer. Dennis Weiss. Christina D. Jojas. And congratulations to our 20-year recipients. All right, moving on to our 25-year recipients. Here we go. Edmund Buenostro. Hassan Gamlouche. Jorge Loza Medina. Thomas Rector. Linda Sanada. And congratulations to our 25-year recipients. All right, moving on to our 30-year recipients. Our very own Tamara Hedges from Palm Desert Center. I know you're watching at home. Deborah Jurigi. Stephen Reyes. Neil Stone. And congratulations to our 30-year milestone recipients. "35 years." Here we go. Bodo Baez. Congratulations to our 35-year recipients. "45 years. Louise Vandenberg. Congratulations to our 45-year recipients. This gives us a total years service of 1,695 years combined. Give it up. Kim, don't go too far. We have a little token of our appreciation for coming out and making this super special. Here's a Scotty Bear on behalf of Staff Assembly.
Limited edition.
That's right. Limited edition. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations to all the milestone recipients. And with that, I turn it back to Jeff.
We still have Scotty hanging out on the stage. Can we just have an applause for Scotty? I mean, Scotty will be available for photos directly after this at our special selfie station outside. But before we go, we wanted to say one last thank you to some of our board members who will be moving off the board next year, but they've given quite a bit to both to Staff Assembly, but also to the university through, let's face it, have been some trying times. So Dennis McIver, Jules Bernstein, Catherine Van Horn, Valerie Battle, Loretta Vanderveer, Ashley Dembski, Chanel Parrish. These are all folks who contributed to this wonderful year. So if we can just take a moment to thank all of them. Now, I will say there are plenty of board members who are staying on, and I think that's just a testament to the idea that the work never stops. And we are very grateful, very excited to see where we go in this next year under both Agam and Erica Leon's leadership. So lastly, I will leave you with this. In the old Staff Assembly tradition, get out your raffle tickets. It's time to give away prizes. For you folks on home, there's no FOMO here. We will also be giving away raffle prizes on our Facebook page. And then after raffle prizes, please join us. You can either hang out in the quad or you can take it to go. We have provided lunch, photos with Scotty, photos with each other. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, we have 6 prizes donated by Chef Val.